So you've Googled Bottarga recipes and everything pops up as pasta. That's a shame because Bottarga has so much more depth than just pasta. This is How to Bottarga, an overview of what it is. 3 non-pasta recipes, Bottarga snacks, appetizers, canapés, and my recommendations for flavor pairings to experiment on your own. Welcome to Cooking Companion TV. I'm Jenna and I make fanciful food for playful people, and if that sounds like you, give me a follow. First, yes, Bottarga is for more than pasta. It typically pairs quite well with dairy and starches, and that's because it has an intense umami flavor. It's very nutty, like an oceany Parmesan or prosciutto. Like, you want to say stinky, but it's not. It's more like very aged. So lots of depth, a little goes a long way. So Bottarga can last you a long time. I played with a crispy potatoes in a soy butter sauce as a copycat recipe to Tonshin Ramen in New York and Los Angeles. It's balanced with lemon zest and butter, amped up by the soy sauce and rice wine vinegar. Then charred zucchini and leeks with feta cheese and ledo limono, so more of a Greek take. I used cumin to spice the vegetables before grilling them, then tart feta cheese and a lemony, herby dressing, and the Bottarga balances with the cumin, the feta, and the lemon. And I dressed up an endive salad with mimolette, which tastes like a very polished aged cheddar, so smooth, not too sharp and creamy, to balance the intensity of the Bottarga, along with the bitter endive and Marcona almonds, plus a tangy mustard vinaigrette. I did play with a pasta of broccoli rabe and burrata with Aleppo pepper, lemon zest, and Bottarga. This was beautiful and rich. I also love bitter broccoli rabe. But you can just skip the Bottarga and just do garlicky breadcrumbs. You can find these on the channel with recipes in the video descriptions or at cookingcompaniontv.com. And this leads me into my exploration of Bottarga snacks or appetizers or canapés or Bottarga board, or however we're going to coin this now, because I fully hope that once you see just how flexible Bottarga can be, that you'll keep some in your fridge. These Bottarga bites are quick. They're not really recipes, so there's not much to explain here. All right, first, a Korean take on Bottarga. Both Korea and Japan have their own versions. This is Daikon radish brushed with soy sauce and sesame oil or gyoza sauce. Any combination of those 3. Bottarga slices have been briefly marinated in rice wine vinegar and topped with green onions. It's crispy and nutty and acidic to balance out the umami of the Bottarga. This was super fun. Next, Bottarga Butter, recommended by my Sicilian friend, Vittoria. She said to add white wine to the butter, but me and my husband cannot process white wine well, so I use dry white vermouth. This is a substitution I make fairly often, and I really love it. I just mix this together by eye and taste. This is maybe 4 to 6 tablespoons of butter to 1 to 2 tablespoons of grated Bottarga plus a teaspoon of vermouth. I just made this and I'm not sure how long it lasts, so small portions are best. You can also mix Bottarga with mayonnaise, and I expect that would go well with tomatoes or hard-boiled eggs. And then Bottarga Caviar. Grated Bottarga gets mixed with a tiny bit of premium olive oil, just enough to turn it into a paste, and then dolloped over creme fraiche. If you have bellinis, go for it. The bread itself was perfect. This is a fantastic study in pairing Bottarga with creamy dairy and even something slightly tangy or tart. And this will give you an idea of exactly what this combination can do for each other. Then bread rubbed with raw garlic and toasted just until warm, topped with a soft creamy cheese like mozzarella, or this is goat and sheep feta, with Bottarga shavings and a grassy olive oil, and then Aleppo pepper and lime zest. Lemon may actually be more appropriate, but I like the surprise of lime. This is helpful to experience a little spice and something bright like citrus zest. Garlic also does very well with Bottarga. And finally, seared Bottarga. Nearly everything on the internet will advise to not cook Bottarga, but I found a Reddit thread where someone reminisced about seared Bottarga slices as a snack with beer, so I tried it. And yeah, it's fascinating. I did this both with and without olive oil, both over medium-high heat, so one fried in the oil and got really crispy. It tasted just like nearly burnt bacon. The one with less olive oil still crisped up a bit and still tasted like bacon. You know how it's a curing process. Can make it a little stinky, umami. So Bottarga may stand well as a bacon substitute in something like a wedge salad. Now, for all of these, know that Bottarga gets a little of a bitter aftertaste, so pairing it with other flavors can help mellow that and round it all out. For helpful and predictable Bottarga flavor pairings or what goes well with Bottarga, I learned that garlic helps ground it. Citrus zest balances the depth and intensity. Mild creamy dairy gives space for the umami to spread out, if that makes sense. I don't know if this is like a technical culinary experience or this is just like my neurospicy experiencing it this way. And then other fun things like cumin or Aleppo pepper and herbs, even tang from Dijon mustard or tart cheese, really dress it up. If you are completely new to Bottarga, allow me to fill you in. Bottarga is cured fish egg sacs, mostly from the gray mullet, but also sometimes tuna. Now, tuna Bottarga is much more difficult to find and has an even more intense flavor than mullet Bottarga. And I think every Mediterranean culture has their own version of Bottarga, like North African, Italian, Sardinian specifically, the Greek, the French, and then you have even Korea and Japan that have their versions. I believe Korea's version brushes the egg sac with sesame oil as part of the curing process. Now, amongst all of these sources, Bottarga is mostly the same. But it may have some slight differences in flavor undertones and the texture, just because the water that the fish are all in is a little bit different. And I have only experienced Italian Bottarga, but I understand that French Bottarga with a P is a little softer than the Italian variety. Even the colors can be a little different, from brown to bright orange. These are both Italian, and the brown one is a little bit older, so I don't know if this is just because it's older, or I actually don't remember exactly what color it was when I bought it. Once it's ready to be eaten, we peel off the outside protective layer. It's fine to eat, it's just more of a texture issue. And then we can grate it on a microplane, slice it thick, or use a vegetable peeler for finer strips. It can easily crumble in the fingers too. To store Bottarga, keep it in an airtight bag. It is meant to be stored for a long time, like all curing processes, but removing oxygen can help keep the texture from drying out. I like a vacuum seal bag, but a regular Ziploc with all the air pushed out also works, and it stays in the fridge and should last you a good long while. Price-wise, I have spent about $35 on whole Bottarga, which I don't find outrageous given how long it lasts. Also, I recommend buying whole Bottarga and grating it as needed rather than purchasing pre-grated Bottarga in a jar. It may be cheaper, but it won't last as long and it loses flavor quickly, so you're likely to waste it more quickly. Are there other questions you might have about Bottarga or observations? My favorite part about YouTube is getting input from other countries and cultures, and I would love to hear how you utilize Bottarga. Otherwise, I hope you try some of these recipes and pairings, and if you do, please give me a tag and report back. Again, I'm Jenna with Cooking Companion TV, and thanks for watching.